According to a Weibo post that cites the BBC, eating more insects could help fight against global hunger. I guess stories about bug eating are popular no matter where you're from, and it's true for Weibo as well. Now, according to the Weibo post, a report by the UN Food and Agriculture Organization has said that eating insects could help boost nutrition and reduce pollution, which sounds like exactly what China needs. The article from the BBC notes that over 2 billion people worldwide already supplement their diet with insects. However, consumer disgust, which is probably what I'm feeling right now, is the largest barrier for many Western countries. Now, apparently, wasps, beetles, and other insects are believed by the UN to be underutilized, and that insect farming is one of the many ways to address food and feed security. Now, according to the report, insects are also extremely efficient in converting food into edible meat, with crickets, as an example, needing 12 times less feed than cattle to produce the same amount of protein. Now, besides being cheaper to produce, insects are also likely to produce fewer environmentally harmful greenhouse gases than livestock. Now, for those of you who have been to Beijing, especially in the touristy Wangfujing area, where there are alleyways full of street food vendors, insects are on the menu. However, they mostly cater to tourists looking for some excitement for their taste buds, and local Beijingers rarely ever eat bugs. Now, the vast majority of Weibo users found it to be quite disgusting. Okay, let's take a look at a few Weibo comments.
Although I do agree with what the UN is saying, I, for one, am not going to try their solution. I think it's reasonable to eat bugs. After all, they are very high in protein and it's good for the environment. I don't know about this. I mean, instead of having us eat bugs, why can't we make animals eat bugs instead? Feed pigs plenty of crickets. I'm sure the pigs would grow even better and their flesh would be even more succulent. If the government really started pushing people to eat bugs, I think more and more people would become vegetarians instead. I'm sure at some point in history our ancestors ate bugs, so I guess this is just going back to our roots.
Now, as I've said before, insects aren't the kind of thing that people eat every day, but they do occasionally appear on a restaurant's menu. Now, some of the most popular insects that are cooked and prepared in China include the silkworm chrysalis, which is often deep-fried or barbecued. Now, some people have described the innards of the chrysalis as tasting like tofu, with a smell that's comparable to raw fish or uncooked rare meat. And now, item number 2 on our Chinese bug menu is the cicada larva. Now, these little guys are consumed fried on a stick. Now, cicadas are an auspicious insect in China, so I'm not sure why they're eaten, but they are. You can find these little guys skewered on a stick in northern cities such as Tianjin. Next, we have scorpions. Now, usually scorpions are also served skewered on a bamboo stick. Most stalls sell little baby scorpions, but you can also find the big black ones if you're especially adventurous. Now, you can also find these little edible scorpions at some markets where they are sold by the kilo from a big bucket, all alive and wriggling. All right, now let's take a look at a few more comments about bug eating.
I suggest that the UN start promoting this new dietary plan to America first. I do not believe that Americans would be able to swallow this. Well, they should learn from the Chinese then. I'm sure there are many areas in China where bugs are cooked and consumed. Like the old saying goes, Chinese people will eat anything with legs except chairs. If things continue this way, I think in the future only Cantonese people would be able to stay alive. As soon as people start eating bugs, other people would start to establish insect rights groups and insect rights movements. People would march on the street and question why we must torture the bugs. Besides some reservations I have with certain bugs, I think on the most part it's a good idea. I think bugs might be even cleaner than pigs.
Eating bugs isn't without its disadvantages. For example, most of the insects that we talked about are deep fried. Now, one of the reasons for that, as opposed to, say, steamed grasshoppers, is because insects are known to carry parasites. Also, pesticides can make insects unsuitable for human consumption. Now, there have been cases of lead poisoning from insect consumption as well as adverse allergic reactions.